Good morning, friends. Yesterday we have released quarter one earnings preview for the FMCG sector. There is still no respite for the discretionary spends because we believe that the discretionary spends are expected to remain under pressure, largely because of the sustained inflationary pressures, which is really putting a toll on the consumer sentiments. And we have seen that consumer sentiments has been really affected by the current bleak macro environment. We believe that categories like premium personal products, paints, premium foods, as well as some of the other premium categories would be under stress in quarter one FY 2014. On the other hand, we believe that the value growth for the FMCG sector would moderate in comparison to some of the previous quarters, because in this quarter we will not see much of the pricing impact on the overall top line growth. Companies have stayed away from the price increases mainly on account of the moderation in the volume growth. Also, one of the key factors is that the raw material prices have corrected from their highs, and for the FMCG companies, that's why most of the FMCG companies have not taken price increases in their portfolio. In fact, they are offering promotional add-ons, discounts on more in their product portfolios. So overall, we expect that the organic value growth for the FMCG companies would be around 15 to 18%, largely led by the volume growth during the quarter. In terms of the gross margins, we expect gross margins to improve on year-on-year basis, mainly on account of benign raw material prices. We believe that correction in the palm oil prices, LAB prices declining on year-on-year basis would be positive for the soap manufacturers like HUL and GCPL. The tea prices have declined internationally, which is positive for HUL as well as Tata Global Beverages. We have seen decline in some of the other key commodities like caustic soda. Even HDPE prices have stabilized on year-on-year basis. LLP prices have declined on YoY basis. Vegetable oil prices have declined on year-on-year basis. So overall, the raw material price have remained benign on year-on-year basis, and I think that will help FMCG companies to post YoY improvement in the gross margins. Also the fact that the revenue mix for most of the companies have improved, so I think that will also add on to the overall gross margin improvement. However, there are some companies which might see a decline in the gross margins, and we expect GlaxoSmithKline Consumers to be one of those companies, because wheat prices, sugar prices and even milk prices have gone up substantially on YoY basis, and despite the fact the company has taken price increase, we believe that there will be some kind of deceleration in the gross margins during the quarter. However, whatever improvement the companies might see in the gross margins, we believe that substantial portion of those savings would be invested in brand building and promotional activities, like what we have seen in some of the earlier quarters. We believe in this quarter also the companies would be focusing on improving the volume growth, and in that sense they are going to spend heavily on advertisement and promotional spends, and I believe that the improvement in the operating margins would be lower than what we are expecting for the improvement in the gross margins during the quarter. Overall, we expect that the bottom line growth for the FMCG companies would be decent enough. In terms of the Sharekhan FMCG universe, we believe that the revenue growth of the Sharekhan FMCG universe would be around 15%. We expect HUL and ITC's revenue growth to be around 13% and 18% respectively. GCPL and Jyothy Laboratories, the growth would be around 20 to 30% respectively, and this will be largely on account of both organic and inorganic initiatives. For GCPL, we expect domestic business to perform well. The Indonesian business is expected to perform well in line with some of the previous quarters. However, in this quarter there will be the consolidation of second phase of Darling Group, and also the consolidation of Soft and Gentle in the UK business, so that will add on to the top line. For Jyothy Laboratories, the YoY comparison YoY is not strictly comparable because because of the merger of the Jyothy Consumer Product Limited into Jyothy Laboratories. On the other hand, We believe that Bajaj Corp and Zydus Wellness is going to do extremely well in terms of revenues because of its presence into the niche segments, and we expect about 20% growth for both the companies. In terms of margins, as we have already spoken, that margins are expected to improve on YoY basis for the FMCG companies. On expectation of the decent revenue growth and better margins, we believe that the FMCG universe is expected to post around 15% growth in its revenues. In terms of outlook going ahead, the monsoon has performed really well. It has been beyond expectation, and it has started on good notes. So we expect that if this kind of trend continues, it is going to be positive for the rural India, and FMCG companies can bank on rural FMCG growth story, because most of the companies are focusing on enhancing their reach in the rural India. In terms of raw material price, I think if the raw material prices correct from the current level, it is going to be positive for the FMCG companies in terms of improvement in the gross margins, and they can continue to focus on the improving the volume growth. On the other hand, we have seen the rupee has depreciated substantially against some of the international currencies like USD and Euro. Though we don't expect this to have impact on the margins in Q1, but if this trend continues, we will see some kind of negative impact of rupee depreciation in Q2 and Q3. So overall, we need the companies would be keenly monitoring the monsoon and the rupee depreciation currency movement against some of the international currencies. So that is going to be the keenly monitored by the FMCG companies. In terms of valuation, most of the companies under our coverage are trading above their historical average multiples, and this provides limited scope to enter into the FMCG space. So we retain our stance of selective picks in the FMCG space, and we maintain ITC our top pick from the longer term perspective, mainly on account of its strong balance sheet and good earning visibility. Also, we like Jyothy Laboratories and Bajaj Corp in small to mid cap space, mainly on account of its expectation of decent operating performance in the coming years. Thank you.